Hey guys, what is up? It's 12 here, and this is kind of a different video I have set up for you guys. I'm more just so trying to sit down and talk to you guys about where I stand right now. For those who don't know me, I am 12. I am still, as this video stands, the #1 rep for the Beast of the East on Xbox and #2 in the world for both consoles. My last rep was on January 26, 2021, where I hit Elite 4 on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Now, you're probably wondering when you clicked on this video, why did I quit rep grinding on NBA 2K21 Next Gen? Basically, as the population stands on the game, less players are playing, so it is harder to obtain rep. But there are also a variety of issues that had led to this. So guys, before I get to the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, and I do stream on Twitch. So guys, make sure to check out my Twitch. The link to that will be down in the description below. Make sure to hit that with a follow. Now, first thing I want to get across is I'm a very avid lover of NBA 2K. I've gotten the game since 2K13. My first 2K, think about this, ready? My first 2K was on the Wii U. I bought NBA 2K13 on the Wii U. I played that game almost every single day when I was a kid. Almost every single day. Now, and ever since I've gotten an Xbox One, I've gotten 2K15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 current gen, and 21 next gen. Now, going into this year, I was basically had 0 followers. I had maybe 5 of my IRLs, and I came into current gen. I wanted to kind of make a difference for myself, but I really wasn't able to. Next gen was just coming out in, like 2 months from then. So I kind of use that as like a little bit of a warm-up, get used to, get my body going. And because the hours I was going to put in were going to be insane. I knew they were going to be insane, something I'm not used to. And I'm in college currently. I'm also a college athlete. So, I had spent the time I had away from school during our vacation and put it directly into 2K, directly into streaming. I gave it everything I had. I was playing the game in the beginning, I was able to play up to 3 days straight, and yeah, I did need to sleep after those 3 days, but I was giving it my all. And I didn't know I even was like a top rep of anything. I wasn't going for anything top rep in specific. I knew I wanted to get as high of a rep as possible, but I didn't know where I stood whatsoever when it came to the leaderboards. In the beginning of the game, Park was unplayable. The choppiness had drove players into the wreck. Little did we know, wreck was actually the best way to get rep. Build wise, I still didn't understand. Once I was able to communicate a lot more with other people, other top reps, I was able to kind of get a rhythm for myself. And then I just started eventually seeing a giant gap being formed between me and other reps of my affiliation, or either other reps in general in the entire world. Now, for Xbox specifically, at the moment, I do stand at #7 in the world and #1 in my affiliation for Xbox, but I was just playing the game. I remember I had a 7-3 paint beast, and I just grinded the game. But as time advanced and the game became just more unappealing for players, this game in specifically. Now, the reasons I'm going to explain why the game was unappealing, I'm going to explain it right now. The first reason being that I feel like there was a lack of communication between the community and the development team. Now, here were the only patches released on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. On December 14th, 2020, it supposedly fixed choppiness in the park. Even though it was still a little bit there, they had to tweak a couple things, but eventually the choppiness went away and park was playable again. January 23rd, 2021, there was a hot fix to the special delivery badge. Now, if people don't know what special delivery is a badge which increases the takeover of a player who flashy passes you the ball and the person who gets flashy past the ball and makes the shot. Combine that with hot shot, so if both of those badges are Hall of Fame, you can get team takeover in one shot if the other player who is shooting it is using double shot creating takeover. As unrealistic that sounds, that was in the game for quite some time, and that was a huge part of the rep method that most people use. Then on February 11th, 2021, they supposedly fixed fades and made the green window smaller for people who are shooting fades. Fades are still overpowered. They're still demonic when it comes to people who know how to use it. But since the amount of players who play this game right now are able to hit that shot consistently. It is just ran by little Timmy 25469, rim running to the paint every single time and getting a contact dunk. That was also an issue, that offense overpowered defense so much. And that was a major gameplay issue. Defense, unless you played it perfectly, like absolutely perfectly, and even sometimes when you absolutely played it perfectly, the game just didn't feel like there was any skill gap. Also, in the beginning of the game, you were able to get a contact dunk literally every single time. And they actually had toned down the contact dunks, and they're still overpowered. They had toned it down quite some time ago. But in the very beginning of the game, everything was a contact dunk. You could not stop a contact dunk. Now, in regards to badges that were overpowered, you can make a giant case for blinders was a huge problem. You can literally, with that and spot of precision, you can literally make green. You can literally green 100% contests. 100%. When you go from current gen to where a 30 to 40% contest is crazy. When you green that was crazy. But 100% contests were possible to green, and are still possible. I'll make that noted as well. And one that most people don't talk about is this specific combo on NBA 2K21 Next Gen is the Fearless Finisher and Posterizer badge. Those two badges combined, you can dunk on everybody. Everybody. Think about it. You're combining a badge that regards to being able to attack the rim without fear, and a badge that allows you to get more contact dunks. So you're going to be able to attempt more dunks often and get more contact dunks often. That's very overpowered. Like I said, offense is more overpowered than defense. But a lot of this does involve the build system. But what most of the community wanted was a build system to where everybody can do everything. So you can make the NBA player that you want. But what ended up happening was everybody made the same build that everybody else had that was overpowered. So the 6'7" power forward literally ruined the entire game. Guards were not usable. It was straight 6'7" power forwards at the 1, at the 2, and then maybe it had like a 6'8", 6'9", or if you really wanted to be toxic, another 6'7". It was just terrible. You literally get rim ran every time. They could still shoot. They could still fade. It was crazy. You can make a 6'7" do whatever you want it to do. It can defend. It can lock you. Basically, guards were obsolete in the game. So a main position in a basketball game was taken away because everybody else was just making the same player, which was the issue that made people want to have a different builder in the first place. Because on current gen, everybody was using play shot, paint piece, play shot, paint piece, play shot, paint piece. It was repetitive. Nobody wanted to see it. So everyone's like, hey, we have a new player builder. We can make brand new builds. And I remember when I was first looking up like new builds from the game when they got leaked, you know, oh, I want to make a stretch glass cleaner. I want to make a two-way stretch glass cleaner, two-way 3-level scorer. I want to make all these builds that were stretch builds because my main build at the time was a stretch. I was an outside center. And those builds were not even feasible in the game. Why were they not feasible in the game? Because you couldn't get rep off of those things. Which just brings to my next point, the rep system. Like I said before, guards were obsolete. Even in the rep system though, you did not get as much rep on a guard as you did on a big. So as a big, I mean power forward or center. How do you get rep in this game? Well, the main way you get rep is through a facilitating big man. You have to flashy pass to a shooter on an AI, which is the main way you do it in rec. You have to have a good shooter or good shooters who can shoot over AIs, or you have a fader in the park where you flashy pass to the fader, which is the main reason why fading got patched, because a lot of people had issues with that in the park once, you know, it came a little bit later in the rep race where we had to all go to the parks because rep in the rec was just not worth it. You're getting at an Elite 4, at Elite 4 to Elite 5, I am getting currently 0.3 a game for a 30-minute rec game. I'm getting 0.3. From Elite 5 to Legend, I'm getting at max 0.2 every rec game. In comparison to in the park, I'm getting 0.1 every 3 to 4 games. No other bar has been like that ever in NBA 2K history. But in my personal opinion, I do not feel rep should be accrued through a method, but it should be accrued through an experience. What do I mean by that? So instead of having it based on, you have to do this, that, and the other thing to get rep in the game, rep should be accrued through how much I play the game. If you don't know already, but I do have 72 plus days on the game, which is it's somewhere up there. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere up there. I'll tell you that. Because it just doesn't make sense to me that you're rewarding somebody to play unorthodox when it's not the game of basketball or anywhere near that, and you're rewarding the person who does that more than the actual person who plays the game and tries to play it properly. I don't like that. In regards to the rep rewards, I know a lot of people had issues with the rep rewards. They did seem repetitive from other years. Some of them were even obsolete. Arm sleeves, glasses, like animations. I know for Superstar 5, I got only animations. I was so confused on that. In just general, they weren't worth it. But, you look at Elite 1, I'm supposed to be getting the Elite Wheel. The Elite Wheel, you're supposed to be getting a better chance at a bonus, which I've never ever gotten a bonus reward. The best thing I've ever received from that wheel was maybe double rep for like 5 hours. That was it. That was the entire year. The best thing I've gotten was double rep for 5 hours. I've seen sporting good items. I've seen 2 boosts per category for like months. Since I hit Elite 1, it was just straight 2 boosts per category and a sporting good item, a free tattoo for like since then. And I hit Elite 1 sometime in December. We'll say mid-December. But in regards to the rep system, what I do feel like needs to go back is the 3 tiers. So, rookie 1 to 3, and then, you got Elite 1 to 3, and then you hit Legend. The 5 took way too long, takes way too much out of you. Like Legend this year is going to be very rare. You're going to see a lot of very rare, legit Legends. In my personal opinion, I think there'll be only roughly between 7 to 15 legit Legends in this game by the time summer hits. Because it is so hard to come by in regards to actually doing the method correctly instead of boosting. A lot of people boost because it is very difficult. Me, I never boosted once. I can swear on everything I love, I have never boosted once. Because if I did boost, I would still be going for Legend. But I'm not, because it takes too long. It's too much. You're talking to a person who has played the game 20 plus hours a day for the last 3 months. Another thing that should be added to the game in regards to making the game better and helping top reps, helping the community who may not be known as much, and this might be their first year, is rep leaderboards. Rep leaderboards were taken away in this next gen, which was probably one of the most important ones to have the rep leaderboards in. Unless you had a logo and was a major content creator, you weren't known. And nobody would play you, even if you were top rep. I remember Ride. Ride has 10K plus on his Twitch. And he was having even trouble getting games. And he's the number 3 legend in the world. It was ridiculous. So I'm looking at that, and I'm seeing the trouble most people are having. I'm like, yo, this, honestly, it's not even worth it. I'd rather just save my energy, work on my content, want to improve from there. Another thing that can definitely be a major improvement is having a battle pass separate to the actual rep reward system. I know Agent 00 touched upon it in a video, but I know a lot of battle passes, they hold a cosmetic advantage, as it being they hold better clothing. You could have a monthly battle pass to where, if you do these, kind of like how they had the warehouse challenges, you do these warehouse challenges kind of things, and you're able to achieve these rewards, but they're mainly being used to keep casual players occupied. The people who aren't able to go for these rep rewards, keep them occupied, keep them wanting new things, makes them play the game more. When you have the rep system and, the players that want to create content with this rep reward system. And then there was just the issues that really were never even addressed. You have the error codes, you have the dashboards. I know I have the Xbox Series S, and a lot of people who have the S, mostly everybody, has issues when it comes to invisible players. When you play against the mascot, and think about this, I was going to be a mascot, but when I play against a mascot, or play with the mascot, I would get lagged out of the game. By lagged out, I mean I would have an error code. These error codes popped up in every single game mode. I know people who've gotten error codes in my career games. But guys, I'm pretty sure I touched upon everything. Basically, this is not a hate video. This is more so, you know, answering a lot of questions which were involved why I stopped playing NBA 2K21 Next Gen. I definitely feel like 2K22 is going to be a better year. That's why I did announce on my Twitter. If you guys don't follow my Twitter already, make sure to check out my Twitter as well, that I will be going for first legend on NBA 2K22. But until then, I want to just better myself as a content creator, you know, work on my YouTube and my Twitch. I feel like those are going to be my, you know, my best ways to entertain you guys. Yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below how you feel your opinion on NBA 2K21 Next Gen was and what your expectations are for NBA 2K22. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Peace.